Now listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 9.
Oh, hi, Jane. We're planning a holiday next year and we're thinking of hiring a camper van. I know you guys did that last year. Could I ask your advice about a few things?
Of course.
Well, first of all, we have to choose a camper van. I've been looking online, but there are so many different models and options available.
I know, but some of the options just aren't necessary. So, in the kitchen, yes, you need a stove and a sink, of course, but you don't need a freezer, for example.
OK, well, that's good to know. So, what else do you recommend?
Well, what time of year are you planning on going?
Probably April.
It can be cool then, especially in the evenings.
So, get a van with a heater in it.
Exactly.
All right, that's good advice. And then anything else?
Well, we did have one problem with our van. The television was unreliable, and I've heard other people say the same thing. But everything else was fine.
And, anything else I should think about?
Well, if the weather's fine, it's nice to be able to sit outside. Our van had some chairs which could be stored under the bed. That way we could sit out when we wanted to.
Well, that's a nice idea. So then, did you book your van online or what?
We used an agent, Jonathan Simpson. It might be worth getting in touch with him. He can help you choose the right van and get a good deal. Do you want his number? I've got his card here.
Yes, please.
So it's 0274 936 2815.
Great, thanks. And then, in terms of actually travelling around in our camper van, what should we look out for?
Well, the price of petrol really varies, depending where you buy it. The cheapest we found was $2.05 a litre. But we heard of people paying over $2.60 for a litre. We never paid that much, but in one place for us it was $2.40, and that can make a big difference to your overall costs.
Right, yeah, I hadn't thought of that. Any other unexpected costs?
Well, there's Campbelltown. It's a lovely place, but just remember it's on an island.
Oh, do you have to pay for the bridge or something?
There isn't one, that's the point. Just the ferry, and they charge a lot for a camper van.
Oh, right. So then, in general terms, how far do you think we should aim to drive in a day?
Well, the roads are good. I mean, some people drive 500 kilometres in a day, but I wouldn't recommend it.
So what, maybe no more than 350?
Still too tiring. I'd say 275 as the upper limit.
OK, I guess the kids will get bored if we go any further.
Definitely. You want to get out of the van as much as possible. Which reminds me, try and get a van with a rack on the roof.
Why's that?
You can rent bikes when you get there. They can go on top of the van when you're driving. Then use them to explore local areas.
That's a good idea.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 10 to 13. Now listen and answer questions 10 to 13.
OK, so what are some of the places we should go to? Any campsites you'd recommend?
Our favourites were the Kia holiday parks. They have all the usual facilities.
Like a laundry and so on.
Exactly. But they also provide a gym for guests to use. It's a great way to relax at the end of the day.
Nice.
And there's Jack's Point. That's a great campground.
Oh, is that the one you see in all the photos next to the really spectacular lake?
That's right.
OK, we'll be sure to go there.
Yeah, not to be missed. Then, something that's less well known is at Martin. We found it quite by chance, and I think your children would love it. In the park, there are all these puzzles kids can work on. They're really imaginative and will keep the kids busy for hours.
That sounds interesting. I've made a note of that. Then I also read about a craft market. I think it was at a place called Rain something. Is that right?
Yeah, Rainwood. It's definitely worth a visit. You spell that Raynewode.
Great. And then one other thing I'd just like to ask.
That is the end of Part 1. You now have 1 minute to check your answers to Part 1.